Welcome to Windows 8. This is the cause of a lot of stress for me tonight trying to get this to work. We have finally got it up and running for the most part, so I thought I would just stick a video up for people who didn't know Windows 8 was coming out, those who did know Windows 8 was coming out but don't know much about it, and for the people that did know it was coming out but aren't brave enough to actually put it on their machine and try and run it in the fear that it'll explode or something, which will never happen. An operating system can't make your PC explode unless you own a Dell. Anyway, this is just a random mountains with a time on it. It gives us our Wi-Fi status just down here, and that's it. I was wondering for ages what I do here, and it turns out what I do is click and drag it up. Ooh, clever. And then we get to the login screen. And here we are, Windows 8. Doesn't it look like a big piece of crap? It turns out, though, that this is the screen that everyone's been showing. This is the big thing they're trying to push. It's actually just the start menu. The desktop, it so closely resembles Windows 7, the only real difference being that the start button is now darker and grey. But yeah, we've got quite a good addition, I think, to the desktop. If we move the mouse down to there, we get a big pop-up clock showing us the time. I think that's going to be quite handy. If we click on the start menu to bring up this tiled piece of crap again, you'll see we've got Internet Explorer, the new App Store, because obviously if Apple did it, Microsoft have got to copy them. They can't think for themselves. The desktop tile, new Internet Explorer, by the way, fairly interesting, as it's Google Chrome minimized everything, and then Internet Explorer has now taken it to one step beyond minimal, to the point of almost unusable, that it's got so little features. You've pretty much got now an address bar, a backwards bar and a forwards bar. When we're on this Internet Explorer, we encounter our first issue. How do we get off of Internet Explorer? There's no close, no minimize, no anything. So the only way to actually get off of it is to Alt-Tab back to the desktop. Once it's open, there doesn't seem to be any way of closing it. Anyway, back to the start menu. Another very interesting feature, and I do like this one. This one's called Socialite. It's the new app for Facebook. You'll see here we've got it's not actually loading because I'm not connected to the internet. Okay, we're going to come back to Socialite because it is very interesting. And I think it's my favourite feature of Windows 8 that I've discovered so far. First of all, I'm going to fix the Wi-Fi. And there we go. Right. Okay, so we go back to this now. We click on our news feed. And now here we go. See, on the left hand side here we've got the news feed, and the right hand side here we've got extra details. So as we can see here, the highlighted thing at the top is Clairvoyant has updated her status, which gives us her wall on the other side. We look down and we've got Lee Wyeth has updated his status. Click on him and we get his wall. I do think that's actually Microsoft have taken Facebook and made it better, which is good because Facebook keep taking Facebook and making it worse. Next up we've got Profile, which is, as you can expect, just kind of my wall, a right on my wall and a big picture of me looking like an idiot, because I need to see that every time I look at my wall. Photos, basic layout that Microsoft are using these days. They took that whole concept from the Windows Media Center that they put on a few years ago with Vista, and everyone thought Windows Media Center, yeah, that's actually a bit shit. And Microsoft thought, everyone thinks this is shit, let's just use the same concept everywhere. So the photos, not actually that, I'm not impressed with the photos section. But then we've got friends list, a list of friends. And finally, check-ins, because nobody really cares where I've checked in. Anyway, again, we've got no way of actually getting out of this, but I have just... no, we have. We've got a... no, actually we haven't. We can log out, or we can go to this. Anyway, back to the desktop. Let's have a look. What else did I want to point out? Yes. Paint and Play. Microsoft Paint. The new version of Microsoft Paint. Microsoft Paint has been getting better with every edition, and the Windows Vista / Windows 7 one was fairly useful for basic photo editing, cropping, chopping and changing things, and with a bit of time and patience you could actually do a lot of good stuff on it. The new one, Paint and Play, they've minimised it, even worse than they've minimised Internet Explorer. You now have the ability to draw lines like this in a variety of colours and then push a button to make it all go away. That's literally it. So yeah, they've fucked that one up big time. There's no Minesweeper. I was looking forward to a return of Minesweeper, and it was heavily rumoured, but it's not here. Hopefully the App Store will be supplying it, but the beta's not got it. We've got a few games in Sudoku, Word Hunt, Zero Gravity looks fairly interesting. They've also included an alarm clock for those of you that sleep on your keyboard. Who knows? Yeah, so basically that's how Windows 8 is different from Windows 7. I'm not impressed. I will be sticking with Windows 7 for the time being, but I'm going to try and sort out the wireless driver issues I'm having and go a bit more in depth, try it out for a bit and see if I can get used to it. So yeah, Windows 8 everybody.